Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, rock fans, aficionados from all around the world, or wherever you may be. Welcome to another episode of MPJ, new rock album review show, and we have yet another full squad. This is, I think, episode 7 of our June reviews, and today we have Paul. Welcome, Paul. Andy, Lauren,
hello.
Chris. And back after a few months of sojourning in various different parts of the world, we have Rock Chick Trish. Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
And Paul and Trish are on mute, so nobody can hear what they're saying. For God's sake, this is going to be a tough show today, isn't it?
I was out last night. You're lucky I'm here.
There's no excuses at all.
I would say it's too hot to do this, but we'll power on through.
Well, is that because you're looking at Trish and Lauren?
Of course. That's the only reason why I'm here.
Indeed. So, if you've not looked at the show before, we review all the latest albums, rate them out of 5, see if they get into our Hall of Fame, maybe even into our Album of the Year show, who knows. And today we are starting with Mad Invasion and Crack in the Sky, he says in that one. So, Paul, let's start with you, because, you know, you're a bit mad and you like to invade people with your gaming. I don't know, there's a bit of a tenuous segue that was, wasn't it? But there we go.
Yeah, I'm glad you left the crack out of it. It could be quite easy to ridicule Mad Invasion as a wannabe Bon Jovi outfit. But I think this would be a bit unfair. The combination of classic 70s and 80s hard rock with a contemporary sound delivers a distinct and unique listening experience. For me, it gave me a feeling of a cross between Bon Jovi and Magnum, with a heavy feel. And this could be the influence of Mikkey Dee of Scorpions, who was a guest on the drums. I really enjoyed this album, with the exception of the singer having a tendency to drag out the final word on the end of the sentence. He didn't always do it, so I don't know if it was a breathing issue or a creative choice, but once heard, it kind of grated on my eardrums. But apart from that, enjoyed.
Now, somebody always grates on our eardrums, but we put up with it anyway. Andy Dicker!
Oh, that's not nice.
I know! Welcome to the show, Andrew.
I don't want to be here anymore now. I'm just staying here with Trish and Lauren, so, you know, what can I say? This is another slab of 80s inspired hard rock here. It's a solid concept album, but it does go through a lot of sort of familiar tropes. You've got angels, demons, dark lords, etc., which go through here. You can't knock the musicianship on it. It does have good pedigree. Said the drummer, guest drummer for this album somehow is from the Scorpions. It was enjoyable, but there was nothing quite there which sort of lifted it out of a certain level. The title track, Crack in the Sky, was pretty good. Voodoo Queen I enjoyed as well, but there was nothing quite which sort of like really caught my ear through for it. So good, but not that great.
Now, good but not that great, Lauren.
Nice was on one today.
Well, you just all set them up for me.
That's because he was nice yesterday.
I was very nice.
Oh, he's used all of it up.
Oh, he's recovered now, hasn't
he? Yeah, he woke up and chose violence.
He did.
So, Crack in the Sky. My main notes here sort of like are that gives good, strong 80s metal vibes. So, for me, it had like that really nice, strong bit of nostalgia, because even though I'm not a child of the 80s, it's the music that I was then exposed to growing up, because it's what my mum and dad had. So it's the sort of thing where I was like, oh, this feels like a familiar sort of sound. It's something I can get into. It was also nice to hear like the influence of other music in it, but unfortunately, in most places, it just didn't quite feel like a perfect fit. Enjoyable, but not breathtaking. And like I said before, it's dad rock vibes for me. So it's something I will listen to, but I'm not going to actively go back to it.
So, not quite the perfect fit, eh? Chris.
Wow, not even a segue, just not quite the perfect fit. Excellent.
It was. That's what she said. That she said about them not quite being the perfect fit. It was a great segue, actually.
We set them up, and you try your best. Let's just put it that way. I think trying the best is a decent segue from me. This was all right for me. I think, as Paul said, there's some of the tracks put me in mind of Bon Jovi and the way they used to structure songs, and I think there's some vocal influences from stuff like Guns N' Roses, just in the way that he sings. And I think again some of the accents, some of the lyrics, but it just felt a bit ploddy for me. It started off with Welcome was a decent, lively track, and then it slowed down through Crack and through another all the way to Flesh and Blood. Then it comes back up for Blackness Calling, and then it just drops back into it again. And it's just kind of those two, I think, would be the highlight tracks for me, Welcome and Blackness Calling. But then the rest of it was just sort of a trudge through trudge through the album. And I can see the positives to it. It didn't grab me. I felt decidedly whelmed by the album, I think is the best way I can put it. So, yeah, it's not really for me, this one.
Right, talking of whelmed, Trish! I mean, I had to finish off. I couldn't make an exception, now could I? Could I? Insulted everybody else.
Yeah. So the opening track certainly welcomed you to the album. Catchy little tune, that one. It's swiftly followed by the darker, atmospheric, melodic Master of Sorrow. Crack in the Sky. And then I really love the tracks God Is Coming, along with the slower Master of Sorrow, which really showcased the lead's strong vocals. The album takes you on a journey of listening of varying degrees of heaviness, with melodic classic rock thrown in along the way. If you like good 70s into the 80s rock with a bit of a twist, then this album is for you. It is a good, solid, enjoyable listen.
Yeah, I think I'm going to echo pretty much what everybody said. It's generic classic kind of rock with some modern kind of twists in it, but it doesn't really. There's nothing stand out. None of the albums really made my cool kind of playlist really. But it was solid, wasn't it? It was good. It was easy, classic kind of 80s style rock listening, with obviously the likes of Bon Jovi and its DNA and everything as well. I definitely don't think it parried it. I think it tried to set it on its own 2 feet, and it was an enjoyable listen, and it was a slightly above average. I wouldn't say above average is the wrong word, but a really good kind of take on this particular genre. But the problem is, of course, is that there is a lot of it in the market, and you really kind of got to really kind of do something a little bit different to add to that kind of genre. For me personally, didn't add to that as well, but I enjoyed it and it was solid, so it was good. Right, okay, let's find out. Will it hit the heights of an average of 4? Will it get into our Hall of Fame? Let's find out, shall we? Paul?
Yeah, I give it a 3.5, yeah.
Andy?
3.5.
Lauren?
I gave it a 3.
Chris?
I gave it a 3 as well.
Trish?
I gave it a 3 as well.
I also give it a 3.5.
Wow.
So we're equally split. We've got 3 3.5s and 3 3s. You know what, Trish? We don't lose many of your votes. Yours is gone. Your 3 did not exist. It's gone out the window. So
With that.
solid 3.3 overall. So you know what? After today, we've reviewed 546 albums. 546 albums. That was our 325th favourite album, and 83 albums of the year so far, and that was our number 70th. So it's still solid, but this year has been exceptional in terms of some of the albums that we've kind of listening to, really. But yeah, pretty solid. Do you
I
agree
probably
out there?
used to-
Do you agree? Do you disagree? Please hit the like and subscribe button. Leave your comments below. Let us know what you think. Thank you very much. Thank you to my crew, to Paul, to Andy, to Lauren, to Chris, and to Trish. Goodbye. Keep rocking. Tune in again. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye.